We're here with Shay in the Midday Hill, also our DIY Diva. She's celebrating 20 years of being in radio. You graduated college, and right after that, right after graduation, I understand you came straight to the radio station to get a job.
I was out of college about 4 weeks, got home. I was home 2 weeks and got the job.
All right. What inspired you to get into radio? It's not your degree, was it?
Communications was my degree, and I have no idea why I ended up in radio. I did want to work for a record label at one time, and that kind of led me to radio itself.
All right. Talking about record labels and the country artists and the people in radio, are there any people that have been a big disappointment in radio or in the country music industry that you've met over the years?
Oh, yes. I won't name names.
Oh, really?
For radio personnel. Country music artists, yeah, there have been a few.
That just kind of let you down? You
Yeah.
want to name any at all?
No, I won't.
All right. You've got to meet a lot of stars over the last 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Who has been the most impressive, the one that's made the biggest impression on you?
He was not in country music, actually. Chubby Checker.
Oh, really?
Yes. He stopped by the station, and he was driving through town. He was on I-20, was listening to the radio, and stopped in one morning, and so we got to meet him.
You knew who that was?
I did.
All right. So I had some of the coworkers ask a few questions. A couple of them came up with some. One of them was, have you ever slept outdoors unintentionally?
I know who asked this, and yeah, I have.
Okay.
It was not a good reason for sleeping outdoors either. We weren't camping out.
Okay. If you could manage any artist in country music, who would it be and why?
Oh, gosh. Who would I manage? Oh, my gosh. You stumped me on that one. Kenny Chesney?
Okay. Which leads me to my next question. Have you ever gotten, because you've gotten up front and you've driven them.
I have.
In fact, you have one artist that
Don't ask Kevin Feller anything.
that has a restraining order on you. BP are his initials, and that's why you moved on to Kenny, right?
Uh-huh.
And then the other one is Kevin Feller does want to. Are there any artists that you've gotten cozy with over the last 20 years?
No. Friendship-wise, yes, but past that, no.
Okay. Are there any that you'd like to get cozy with now?
Yes, Kenny Chesney.
Okay, we got
My
that.
phone number is...
All right. The last 20 years, have you gotten to do a lot in country music? And what name one thing that's the most exciting?
You know, a lot of it is just things that you get to do in general that may not even have to do with country music, but country music specifically would be going to see George Strait. I just did that a couple of years ago. I had never seen George Strait in concert, so that was a big deal. And it was one of his last ones when he was playing AT&T Stadium. Outside of that, just getting to do things that you wouldn't normally do, like go up in a hot air balloon, things like that. Meet people that you wouldn't normally meet and get to do things that you don't normally get to do.
20 years in radio. And what's next for the next 20 years? What's left on your short bucket list of things to do that you'd like to do or you plan on doing?
I have a short bucket list.
You
Do you
have a
know
long
something I
bucket
don't know?
Well, you can start now. We got all day.
On my bucket list, what would I want to do? Oh my gosh, these are questions I don't have a clue. I have no idea on that one.
Really?
I have no idea what would be on my bucket list. Other than to maybe go to, what are the Tahiti, the little islands, and hang out over one of the, what are those buildings called? Heck, I don't know.
Little cabanas?
Yeah. That's on my bucket list,
That's
but that has nothing. That has nothing to do with radio whatsoever. Radio wise, I don't know what I would want to do. Keep my job.
There you go. All right. If you could play one song over and over and over on the radio, what would it be?
You know, I'm a big fan of the 80s country because that's what I grew up on. So anything from the 80s, I love Barbara Mandrell. I love Anne Murray, Kenny Rogers, anything from the 80s.
Okay. Let's talk about the boy groups that came over the years.
Mm-hmm.
Any of those boy groups that you'd like to play over and over again?
No, I'm not not a big fan of the boy groups. You know what? Little Texas. Yeah, Little Texas.
All right. Well, in closing, you've spent 20 years in radio. The last question is, do you plan on spending 20 more years in radio?
I don't know about 20 more, but for the foreseeable future, yes.
All right. More DIY Diva?
Probably.
Awesome. Thanks for the last 20 years. Thanks for the awesome memories. And I'm just going to close it with this. Share one memory that comes to the top of your mind that would be the describing factor of your radio career that would you go, oh, man, this was the biggest highlight of my career.
Every day is exciting because it's never the same. It's always something new and different.
Awesome. Shay Hill, a.k.a. DIY Diva, or Shay in the Midday, 20 years. Congratulations from all of us and all your fans.
Thank you.
I'm a big fan, too, so.